Hi, my name's Carmen and today I'm going to be talking about an application I'm hoping to develop. But firstly, I'd like to start with a story. This is Sam. Sam was in a car crash, but it wasn't his fault. He's in his 30s and is a practicing physiotherapist. Over the past week, you as a new graduate have been doing a cognitive communication assessment on Sam, and now you need to give some negative feedback. As you're giving feedback, you keep putting a positive spin on all these negative results. It's making Sam really confused. Your supervisor sees this happening and steps in. She gives Sam feedback without glossing it up. Sam gets upset, but it is important that he is given accurate information. You understand why she stepped in. Before we go any further, I'd like to talk about why a speech pathologist might be working with Sam in the first place. Traumatic brain injury is a major cause of morbidity and mortality worldwide, and cognitive communication problems are evident in the vast majority. Now, as experts in communication, speech pathologists can assist in achieving maximal rehabilitative outcomes. Now let's get back to Sam. So you're driving home and you can't stop thinking about the day. Why were you trying to protect Sam, and how can you stop doing that? These thoughts keep running through your mind even while you're sitting down on the couch watching TV. You want to express your thoughts and get some help, but it's out of work hours. What do you do? But then you get a message on your phone and it reminds you that there's this new app that might help. It's an application for smartphone users called Let's Reflect. It has two main functions. The first is as a personal electronic journal, and the second is to provide access to online discussion with other speech pathologists based on your reflections. You download the application and open it. This is what it looks like. When you open the first icon, Tutorial, it explains the importance of reflection and reflecting properly, as well as how the application works. It explains the function of each icon. By explaining the importance of reflecting properly and how to do that, this encourages deeper reflection, which will lead to greater learning and growth. Now the second icon, New Reflection, is where you go to create a new reflection. You're asked a series of questions related to yourself, your patient, or significant others. You write about what went well, what didn't, and what you'd like to do in the future. You can also skip irrelevant questions, so because no significant others were present when you were chatting to Sam, you'd skip those questions. It also allows you to flag things that you'd like help with. So for example, you may not know how to stop being so emotional in the future, so you could flag that. Then when you're done, you'll have an option to keep your reflection private or to post it. If you flag something, it might be a good idea to post it though. So if you choose to post a reflection, it can be found here. This is the chat online icon. It allows you to access your own posted reflections as well as other speech pathologists' posted reflections too. You can respond to other flagged questions and receive feedback from other speech pathologists here. Now the fourth icon, Saved Reflections, is where all your reflections can be accessed. It functions as an electronic journal and only you can see this folder. So why do we need Let's Reflect? Well, the thing is, there isn't much research behind reflective practice in speech pathology, but Speech Pathology Australia recommends it, and it is a key component of our competency-based occupational standards for speech pathologists. It is also reassuring to note that it is well researched and recommended in other health professions. What we do know is that reflection supplements evidence-based practice and facilitates ongoing lifelong learning, enabling growth through reflection. As a new graduate, you'll be more likely to reflect on action, which means after the session rather than during it. So recommended ways to reflect include writing in a journal and answering set questions, and Let's Reflect involves both of these. Let's Reflect is a journal. It's just more convenient because the majority of us have our phone by our side all day, and there are also set questions, which encourages this deep learning that we were discussing before. And lastly, the online component of Let's Reflect encourages peer-to-peer learning even when it's out of work hours. So while there's this great idea to create Let's Reflect, it's not just that simple. There's so many practicalities behind it. Can you obtain the rights to use reflective questions developed by someone else? How much will it cost to make and buy? And how can you ensure that only speech pathologists are using it? And lastly, how do you promote it so that enough speech pathologists are using it? So while there are so many considerations, I believe that this resource would be invaluable to practicing speech pathologists, especially new graduates working with people with TBI or traumatic brain injury. Like Sam, thank you for your time.